So here's the thing. I made the mistake of saying that Moose was normal.
Apparently that's not allowed, or he got jealous, or learned from the worst. But either way, Moose is now a goose. I'm sorry, it's not my fault and I thought it was, I promise. What is up with this chick? She can't even keep her normal ones normal. Listen, I have an explanation. I signed the wrong contract. But no, here's what happened. One day I was just chilling, minding my business, trying to do some self-care for the first time in my goddamn life, and then I look over and I go, excuse me? You're not supposed to walk like that. Cue the panic. First things first, lose your goddamn mind, all whilst logically assessing the situation. Just 10 minutes earlier, Moose was being his normal teleporting self. He's the one that not only understands depth perception, but defies it. Okay, so there's a clue. Head trauma can cause vestibular and ataxic symptoms, and so maybe he fell, but I've been sitting there for the past 10 minutes. Still a possibility because cats just don't make any sense. But what else? Okay, toxic plants and substances can cause these neurological issues. Am I using a new cleaner? No. Are there any new plants? No, I don't buy those. Now, even though I can't think of a source, both head trauma and a toxic substance needs to see the vet right now. We need x-rays and blood work. Stat. As per freaking usual, both of them are flawless, and so we wait through the night to get in with our neurologist. It's okay, it was only $1,000. So whilst we're waiting for our neurologist to view him, I'm texting Mary, and I think this is a little bit funny, so I have to share. I'm going, what in the world is going on with my life, and everything is just, I can't look one way without something breaking in the most mind-boggling way possible. And Mary goes, Megan, see, you're surrounded by zebras and are a zebra yourself, but do you think that possibly this one time that this could be a horse? Because I'm thinking it might be an inner ear infection. And I said, no, I couldn't possibly be that lucky, and also it came on so suddenly, I just don't see how that matches. It was an inner ear infection. A win is a win, even if it costs $5,000. So Megan, why are you happy about an inner ear infection? Well, let me tell you about the horse, my friends. Whilst zebras are certainly alive and well, we mustn't forget that sometimes, we still have to turn around and look to see if it is a horse. All the time, actually. You still want to rule everything out. That is the protocol. You've seen me do this endless times. But the theory is that Moose probably arrived with this inner ear infection already present. But when it is so deep in there, you can't often catch it through a normal exam. And sometimes they're not symptomatic either. Now, when that infection and inflammation starts to hit some of those important nerves, we get a little bit dizzy. Typically, a little more gradually than in Moose's case. But again, why am I so happy about this? Well, because this is curable. Because it hit him so hard so fast, he did spend a night in the hospital to receive IV antibiotics. But typically, this is something that is pretty easily treatable from home with your vet. It can take some time for the neurosymptoms to subside, and it is a longer course of antibiotics in most cases. But again, Moose should be just fine. He's just a temporary wonker. Can we really blame him? I mean, look at who his role models were. He got jealous, and now, well, Goose has a pal now. I feel like I shifted the timelines and somehow made this happen. Which also did give me a new perspective that I don't see very often. Typically, they arrived to me already in some sort of wonky state, but watching a perfectly normal kitten all of a sudden go through this and be confused really gutted me. And whilst I knew that one way or another this was going to work out okay and he would be perfectly happy, I can see a side of why looking at some of these cases might be really saddening to some people. Our view of the quality of their life can be clouded by the fact that we watch them go through this change. And the change is sad. Of course we hope for a perfectly healthy, normal kitten. And watching him confused absolutely broke my heart. But even if his neurological symptoms were not going to continue improving, only a week in, he already figured it out. And I'm no longer sad because he's happy. I debated telling the story because honestly, I was a little bit scared that everyone was going to go, oh my god, she's breaking them all for clout. But I thought that that was important to share. So now they are both scheduled for neurology appointment rechecks next week. And I'll give you the scoop on all of Goose's test results. They're the perfect duo to help each other through this. What is my life?